We want to get to some breaking news now. The Department of Justice asked 2 New York judges to unseal grand jury exhibits tied to Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. But before that happens, the DOJ wants to notify the people mentioned in the exhibits who weren't mentioned in the transcripts. So CBS News Justice reporter Jake Rosen joining us live now to break all of this down. So Jake, let's talk about what we know about the DOJ and what more we can learn from these exhibits that aren't in the transcripts.
Well, that's right. So the transcripts are just the testimony of a New York police detective and an FBI agent. And in court filings over the last couple of weeks, since the Department of Justice and Pam Bondi, Attorney General, have moved to unseal those, they've acknowledged that what is in that testimony is mostly out there in the public record or had already been in the public record through court proceedings for Jeffrey Epstein and obviously his associate Ghislaine Maxwell. What is has not necessarily been fully in the public record, the Department of Justice says at least, is what is in the exhibits. Potentially could be pictures, videos, other information. The Department of Justice saying in a court filing today that they are going to ask these judges who are overseeing both the Maxwell unsealing and the Epstein documents unsealing to consider to release these exhibits. They said they've asked until August 14th to give them some time to notify additional parties who are not already in those initial batches of transcripts. And again, this comes as the Department of Justice is looking for a deliverable to come out of this in some way or another, whether it's what was in that Maxwell conversation a couple of weeks ago with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, whether it was in this initial batch of grand jury testimony transcripts from law enforcement, or potentially, and it looks like this might actually be a place where there could be some new information, whether it's meaningful or not to the Trump administration remains to be seen, could be in these grand jury exhibits. The Department of Justice, again, moving through the court slowly to kind of provide step by step what judges are asking for and making sure, most importantly in this process, that the victims' identities are protected and while anyone else who potentially could be implicated in this are not, which is what the victims have asked for.
All right, Jake Rosen. Jake, thank you.